Hi, everyone. Welcome to How to Write the Future. I'm your host, Beth Barany, and I have a special episode for you today. My episodes are primarily for science fiction and fantasy writers. So today you're going to listen in on a conversation that I have with speculative fiction writer Jasper Ezekiel and talking about what parts of our story worlds do we include in our fiction and what gets left out. Enjoy.
I actually have another kind of concept I want to throw at you that has to do with world building, which is how much work do we do on things that may or may not be included? So one of the things I've always really struggled with world building is finding what is relevant to the world and what is just not. Because when building a world, it's really easy to just go out and out and build these like complicated spider webs, basically. How do you make the decision on what to choose to build for your world?
That's a great question. I have thoughts. I'm a very intuitive writer. So in my early drafts, I'm just putting in whatever occurs to me and I'm editing and I have no answer to the question that critique partners and beta readers ask me. I write backstory. Then I come back into the manuscript and I try something. I wrote some backstory. And then I ask that very same question.
What is relevant to the story right now?
And then I make a guess and I put something in that feels right. Feelings very intuitive. And then I put it in and then I send it back out to the beta readers and critique partners and see how they respond. And it is also like, what is going to move the story forward? So I can talk more about that. And if you have any specifics that you want to share, or I can just use examples from my own writing, because I can tell you I have 50,000 words worth of backstory on a book that's 150,000 words. That isn't in the book.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's always really fascinated me about the creative process is like deleted scenes in movies. I've been watching a lot of Will Ferrell movies, and in the end, they always show the bloopers. And when they're riffing on jokes, how they do the joke over and over in different ways. And so it's here's the versions of the joke that didn't make it in the movie. I'm always really fascinated by what gets trimmed off the edges. And because like, there's gold in there sometimes. And why would a creative professional choose to include this, but not that? Is it their decision? Is it their audience's decision? Is it in a movie's case, the director or the producer's decision? It's really interesting to me.
Yeah, that is fascinating. I think we start to get into the real nitty gritty. As someone who's edited a ton of other people's work as well as my own work, it's again, I come back to this kinesthetic sense of is the energy going upward or is the energy like slunk? Does it just stop? Because the reader experience, we want it to have this forward movement. And I even notice it as I start to give direction on editing my short film. I can feel, oh, we're moving and then things stop. Oh, we're moving, things stop.
So we don't ever want a stop in our story.
We want it always to be feeling like things are moving forward, even in quiet moments, even when there's no action or no dialogue. So that's my barometer, personal barometer. And I also have readers here for X experience. Does what I have on the page match that experience? So I've made a decision about what that X experience is. And again, it's a feeling. I'll often say in the past, a compelling read. I'm like, wow, it's always a compelling read, no matter the book. And in this book, it's often,
how do I keep people engaged, moving forward, and invested, emotionally caring?
So anything that hinders that, stops that, interrupts that, gets cut. Even if I've labored over it for hours and days and years. Because at the end of the day, it's this overall experience we're creating. And then I test it. That's what the beta readers are for and the critique partners. And then I do another read, have people, hopefully strangers who haven't yet read the book, also read the book toward the end before I publish to make sure everything is happy. Like the only critique they might have is, I am so angry at your villain. I'm like,
yeah, that's a good one to get. I feel really pleased if somebody said that to me.
Or, oh, I was so rooting for her. And, oh, I really love your secondary character. Can she have her own story? And I'm like,
yes.
Now they're invested. Now there's nothing about the craft, no spelling errors, no egregious typos stopping them. And yeah. And I also am measuring that as in this stage with the beta readers, because I'm in final phase now and I'm paying attention to what my beta readers go, oh, I think you need a glossary, or I didn't know what these Spanish words meant. And I'm like, okay, Yeah, I am presupposing people have some Spanish under their belt.
Yeah.
I need to deal with that somehow. And it's a lot of testing,
Yeah.
I know they do that with film, and I'll be doing that with my film. And with TV, they probably have a lot of experienced cooks in the kitchen helping with the same thing.
That's it for this week, everyone. If you have any questions or you would like to get your question answered live in an episode, be sure to check out our Story Success Clinic, where you can sign up and we can have a conversation that we share with the world, and you could get some live coaching. So be sure to contact me through the podcast, howtowritethefuture.com. That's it for this week, everyone. Write long and prosper.